Hello everyone, this is Sir Abdur Rehman. This is lesson number 3 or type 3 of the series solving quadratic inequalities. The topic solving quadratic inequalities is the very important topic for A's level and A level mathematics, and for A's level the topics quadratic and function. Your this solving inequalities will be used, and in A level in the topic absolute value of function, this topic solving quadratic inequalities will be used here. So I'm going to explain two examples. The command is solve or find a set of values of x. There are two inequalities here. X square is less than 144 or x square minus 144 less than 0. And the second one is 5x squared less than equal to 100 or 5x squared minus 100 less than equal to 0. In this video, I'm going to explain how to solve these inequalities. So going to take one example. Command, what is this? So the first step is step number 1, factorize. Okay, step number 1 is we have to shift 144 here. So this is x squared minus 144. And step number 1 is factorize left-hand side of x square minus 144 less than 0. So going to factorize this. X square minus 144 lesser than 0. Recall the identity, which is a square minus b square equals to a minus b times a plus b. So, or we can say a plus b, a minus b. Now, recall these inequalities. So with the reference of this inequality, x square is a perfect square and 144 is also perfect square number here. So 144 is 12, square is 144, and x is this. And how to find this perfect square? So find out the square root of 144. Square root of 144 is 12. So but 12 is the so when you expand 12 square, it will be 144. So now apply identity, we get x minus 12 into x plus 12 less than 0. So this is the step number 1. And step number 2 is find a value. Step number 2. Find values of x by equating x minus 12 times x plus 12 with 0. So when you are equate x minus 12, x plus 12 with 0, so x minus 12 times x plus 12 is equal to 0. We get x minus 12 equals to 0 or x plus 12 equals to 0. So it will be x equals to 12 or x equals to minus 12. We have two values, 12 and minus 12 here. Now, step number 3. Step number 3 is sketch parabola. So going to write step number 3. Step number 3 is sketching of parabola. And you should know this type of parabola will be for positive x square. The original equation was, original inequality was x square minus 144 lesser than 0. And be careful, the coefficient of x squared is positive here. So this type of parabola will be sketched. Sketch parabola with the use of, by using values of x. So we have values x equal to 12, x equal to minus 12 here. Y-axis, x-axis 0. This is suppose minus 12, and the same distance is positive 12. Now sketch the parabola with the help of these two values of x here. This was step number 3. And this is for x squared minus 144. Step number 4. Step number 4 is shade the correct region in the above diagram. Correct region in the diagram, above diagram. So in this diagram, there is some note. First, you have to know, you should know, for lesser than or less than equal to sign, region will be correct region of, this is the parabola. This is this region. The region below the x-axis is for less than or less than equal to sign. So in the original question, this is the less than sign here. So we have to shade this region. Now step number 5, by observing the shaded region. Step 5. By observing the shaded region, write the solution or set of values for x squared minus 144 lesser than 0. So by observing the shaded region, going to observe the shaded region here. So in the diagram, the shaded region is in between minus 12 and 12. And now we can write x in between. The left side value is the lesser value and the right side value must be greater. So in between 12 and minus 12. This is the answer. This is the answer for the inequality here. So going to write answer. X in between 12, minus 12, and 12 is the solution or set of values or solution of x squared minus 144 lesser than 0. So move on to the next example. In part 2, solve or find the set of values of x, 5x squared lesser than equal to 100 or 5x. Okay, when 5x squared lesser than equals to 100, what will you do? You have to shift 100 here. So when we shift 100 here, it will be 5x squared minus 100 lesser than equal to 0. So again, recall the steps. Step number 1. Factorize left hand side of this inequality. Of 5x square minus 100 lesser than equals to 0. So going to factorize this. 5x square minus 100 lesser than equal to 0. Before factorization, recall identity a square minus b square equals to a plus b times a minus b. But 5, this is 5x square minus 100. So what will you do? You have to divide first. Divide 5 on both sides. Why we are dividing? We are because 5 is not the perfect the coefficient must be 1. The coefficient of x square must be 1. So for this, I'm going to divide by 5 on both sides. When we divide by both sides, we divide 5x square by 5, 100 over 5, and 0 over 5. After this, you can skip these steps. No issue. X square minus 20 lesser than equals to 0. So x square minus 20 lesser than equal to 0 here. Now factorize by using identity. X square is the perfect square, but 20 is not the perfect square. So what will you do? You have to write a square root of 20 in the bracket, square root of 20 here, x here lesser than equals to 0. Now the a is x and b is ax here and b is square root 20. So according to this, a square minus b square is a plus b times a minus b. We can we can say factors of this will be x minus square root 20 times x plus square root 20 lesser than equal to 0. Now step number 3. Sorry, this was step number 1. We have factorized the left side of 5x square minus 100. Step number 2. Step number 2 is find values of x by equating x minus square root 20 times x plus square root 20 with 0. So when we are going to equate x minus square root 20 times x plus square root 20 is equal to 0. So both the brackets are equals to 0 here. X minus square root 20 equals to 0, or x plus square root 20 equals to 0 here. We get x equals to square root 20, or x equals to minus square root 20. Two values here. Now step number 3. By using the above values of x, sketch parabola, and this type of parabola will be sketched because the coefficient of x square is positive here. So the original equation was 5x square minus 100 lesser than 0 was the original equation, and this is positive sign here. For positive coefficient parabola, this type of parabola will be sketched. So with the help of these values, we have to sketch parabola. 0 y-axis, x-axis, And we have minus square root 20 and plus square root 20, two values of x here. Now sketch the parabola. This is for 5x square minus 100 lesser than 0. Step number 4, shade the correct region. Shade correct region in the diagram. So the hint is for less than equal to sign, if parabola is this, like this type of parabola here, so the region inside, the region bounded by x-axis and parabola will be shaded. So in this case, this type of shading, step number 5. By observing the shaded region, write the solution of or set of values for x square 5x square minus 100 lesser than equal to 0. Sorry, this was lesser than equal to 0. All are lesser than equal to 0 was there. So, right. By observing shaded region, write down the solution or set of values for 5x square minus 100 lesser than equal to 0. So, by observing the shaded region, this region, this is for x is in between minus square root 20 and plus square root 20. So this is the answer. So answer will be, mention the answer here. X in between minus 20 and square root 20 is the solution or set of values of x square 5x square minus 100 lesser than equals to 0. So I hope you got the idea how to solve these types of inequalities. If you are still not getting, watch video again and again. And don't forget to share this video with your friends, like and subscribe the channel. Thank you very much.